Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Hardcore Utopia reaction. This is from Hardcore Utopia 3. I don't think I've touched on this album yet, but I have obviously talked about other things from Hardcore Utopia's other stuff. I think 6 specifically. But this is RoquiRa, Between Life and Death. I think it's RoquiRa. It might be RoquiRa, but I'm not sure. RoquiRa sounds better, so I'm going to go with that. And this is by Raphiiel. I don't have any other information on it except for it being from Hardcore Utopia, but Rarucci really wanted me to get to this in the executive producers, so here we are, and without further ado, let's go! Okay. Starting with a nice cinematic orchestral vibe. But I doubt it's gonna stay there if I know anything about the other stuff in Hardcore Utopia. I'm also sitting here for like, what, 10.5 minutes, so I'll be sharing active thoughts while I listen. Oh, see? There we go. There's some modern stuff. What's going on? Ah, yes. Hardcore. Who would have guessed? Oh, that was not fair. That was like a beat hiccup. Ooh. Okay. It's almost getting artcore with how this is blending. Bring it back. Oh, that is gross. And I want more of it. Okay. All right. Oh, okay. They listened. I said I wanted more gross. And that is a vile bass there. That was sick. My glasses are falling off. I'm getting so into this one. Oh! That was it's like metal with like an 80s tom fill. Like 808s in there. What's going on with this genre? There's like 5 of them. 5 genres. I thought it went like double time there. Like I was expecting it to kick in. I'm kind of glad it didn't. This fits better. The piano part. One thing that hardcore producers love to do is just piano spam. How many notes can you fit? How many scales can you run? All right, where are we going next? Damn, my glasses are falling. Man. All right. I mean, that was a cool transition back into this sound. But it like threw me off there with the change up of the beat. There we go. I was trying to feel it out there. All right. We're definitely throwing a lot at the wall here, but that's pretty common for a lot of, again, hardcore producers. Love to just mess with stuff. It's like, oh, you wanted something conventional? You should have hired somebody else. Ooh. Oh. Oh, they brought back the fill. Oh. Was that a Skrillex sample in there? I think that was. Was that a Bundem sample? It might not have been, but it sounded like it. Is it done? Has it been 10 minutes? No, okay. We're moving into more. I've also learned that about songs from Hardcore Utopia recently. Is that they love to act like they're done for just a moment and fake you out. Sometimes 5 to 10 times. Okay, we're back to where it all began now. Woo. There go my glasses again. That's the third time. I keep moving my head so much. It is crazy how flexible these producers are. It's got to be the thing I respect about them the most, is the lack of fear, you know? Speaking of, okay, that's what's next. There's a really good sidechain in there too. That's like a perfect sidechain balance. It's aggressive enough that you can hear it if you listen, but if you weren't paying attention, you wouldn't even notice it. That's the king of sidechain right there. Now this part just sounds like Smash Bros. Like Brawl to me. Or like insert generic JRPG here, but with a banger soundtrack. I've noticed the BPM has shifted during the song as well, which I'm not shocked about. And now we're back down. And now we're up. Just because, you know? 4 glasses adjustments. Woo. Okay, subdivisions, chill. 144. Come on. That's meme as hell. I mean, it was still sick, but like, really? Over 900 on the BPM. We've got lore. Damn, we got lore. Okay. I'm honestly not shocked. But I don't think I've seen lore in the videos like this before, at very least. It's probably because I've been mostly listening to just raw audio uploads. Maybe there was a plot line for this album. Maybe there's a plot line for all of them that I'm just unaware of. That could be. Damn, though. As kind of expected, though, it's Hardcore Utopia. They always have great producers on here. Okay, so I just took a glance down in the comments for this one, and somebody said, 518, neurohop, color bass, gothic, orchestral, and fast breakbeat. And then also gothic, neuro, color bass. By the way, what is cyber neuro? It's probably cyberpunk neurofunk. That's insane. I do not have nearly enough skin in the game to be able to pick out genres like that. That's nuts. Like, I noticed the hardcore thing at the very beginning because I assumed that would show up at some point, but everything else I really couldn't place other than maybe the artcore aspect of it having the orchestral and the electronic stuff, but that's also pretty ambiguous in my mind. I know that artcore is a thing and what it's built out of, but I also don't know what qualifies artcore versus other things like gothic orchestral neurofunk. That's way too much for me, to be honest. But it does sound pretty sick, and to keep this in general brief, this is a really interesting piece. I loved the motion of it. I feel like every individual chunk of it could have been its own song. I feel like that with a lot of these that just tend to move around and at some places kind of get memey, like at that huge BPM spot there near the end, but it's also really fun to hear it all together because it's like trying to glue together these pieces of puzzles that don't really fit together. Like, they're not from the same puzzle. We're just kind of gluing different chunks together, and sometimes you end up with a mosaic that actually looks pretty cool. I think that's the best way to describe this sort of music, is you are taking pieces of glass, all different colors, and you're making a mosaic out of it and creating something new out of what would have otherwise been chaos. And that glue is kind of what happens at those transitional points. You don't know how they're doing it sometimes, but they're able to stitch these together, sometimes so smoothly that you don't even notice you're listening to the same song, and you feel like you've just listened to a whole album, but no, that was just one track. You didn't even get to the second one. But I will say the downside to this song, while it was really fun to listen to, I think the production on this one, which I might be spoiled on this side, is a little bit weak here. It might also just be the upload quality because this was a 720p upload. Usually the audio is fine on those, but I noticed the video itself was a little bit weak on the quality in general, so maybe it was uploaded with a bad bitrate or something. That would definitely explain it, but maybe it was just a little bit sad. It felt too compressed, and YouTube also has a factor of that, so I'm not necessarily blaming exclusively Raphiiel for putting this up there in a bad quality because there's plenty of other factors outside of their control. But given the video quality itself looking kind of lackluster, maybe it was just an export malfunction, or they just didn't pay attention, used a preset, and maybe that ended up having a negative effect on the overall upload. Really, either way though, the mix was a little bit too crunchy for me. Otherwise, I think it was well put together, and a lot of the chunks in here were brilliantly crafted. It was just that the upload quality itself was a little bit iffy. I know that Raphiiel's the one that uploaded this, so I can't blame a third-party uploader for that, so I don't know what happened here, but I think that compression is more to blame than anything else. I think that the general mix of this, the original mix of it, is probably much cleaner than this upload, but at the same time, I only have what I've got to listen to, so as far as the mix goes, like 6 out of 10. It's above average. They handled it all well. I could still hear everything, but the quality of the upload itself is kind of marking a few off it. It might have been an 8 without that, you know? But for longer songs like this, I try to keep these like post-listen segments a lot more succinct and short, so I will call it here. Thank you all so very much for watching. Thank you, Raruchi, for putting this into the queue as always. And if you have something else you want me to get to, by all means, drop in the comments below and I will do my best as always. Or if like Raruchi did, you want to guarantee that I get to something, you can always go to my Patreon or my YouTube memberships where you can force me to listen to something. Doesn't matter who it's by, what it's from, if it's good or it's bad, that doesn't matter. That's why it's a guaranteed request. But if you don't want to do any of that, you just want to follow me and support me for more stuff coming in the future, you know how to do all that. And I will see all of you in the next video. Goodbye!